Okay, let's say you are given a question, look like example 1. So you are given a function capital F. The capital F is basically referred to antiderivative. Okay, so the antiderivative of function F is basically in terms of the integration from 0 to x squared, and you will integrate with respect to t. Okay, and how are we going to solve this type of question? They ask you to find the f prime. So if you found this kind of problem, so what you have to do is you have to use the second fundamental theorem of calculus. So what is second fundamental theorem of calculus? Hear me. Okay. So in second fundamental theorem of calculus, what you have is you've been given a function f, capital F. That capital F is referred to antiderivative, and the antiderivative is in terms of integration. And if you differentiate this antiderivative, that means that you will get your f prime. Your f prime is basically means that you differentiate with respect to x. And what happens is you end up with a result of fx that is in the lowercase, f of x. The f is in the lowercase. That means that is the original function f. I know that this term might seem a bit scary, but actually it's not that hard to use it. So what you need to use here to solve this type of problem is just the formula that been given here. Okay, so let's look at the formula. So the formula that is very direct. What you have to do is just focus on the formula itself. And the first thing that you have to do is you need to identify what is your gx and what is your function f of t. Okay, let's just look at our example 1. So your example 1, that is this. And if you compare it, with this general form of the theorem, okay, if you compare this with your theorem, what happens is we can see very always what is our g axis, okay, what is our a is, and what is our function f is. So what you have to do is just define first what is your function g of f. So your function g of x is x square here. And your function t, function of the f of t, that is t minus 4 bracket power of 3. So when you have successful define what is the g of x and f of t, and the next thing that you should look at is the formula. Let's look at the formula that been given here. So, and we have this formula. Right. Okay. I'll just put it side by side, okay? Let's just focus on the solution itself. Alright, so the first thing that we have to do is you just have to write f prime x. Just follow the form that you have here. And we have d over dx, okay, bracket. And we have an integration. Basically whatever in here is actually your questions, that is this. So you just have to write the questions, the question that is this one, that is from 0 to x squared, and you have the t minus 4 power 3 dt. That is basically your question. Just write the question in terms of the bracket. You put dt over dx at outside. And the next thing that you should do here is just rewrite back this. So we have the f, and okay, in here we're going to write the gx and multiply with g prime x. Now we're going to do the substitutions. Now what is your gx? So your gx is basically this. So we have the x squared here. So your gx is basically the x squared here. So we just do the substitution in here. We're going to have this, and then this one, just rewrite it back. Okay, from here you already know that actually there are two things that I need to find. The first thing that I need to find is the f bracket x squared. F bracket x squared is coming from where? That is basically coming from the original function f in terms of t, which is this. Okay, perhaps I can use the colors, which is this one. I'm talking about this one. We are talking about the function f. Okay, I'm going to do the substitution. Now I'm going to sub that t as x squared here. So we sub here, the t will change to x squared. And it just change all the t into x squared. So this is actually x squared also. And minus 4, and we'll power 3 here. Okay, so this is the answer for the function of f of x squared. So just write the answer here. So we have the x squared minus 4 power 3 here. And how about the g prime x? What is g prime x? The g prime x is basically coming from here, whatever that you have defined earlier. So we'll find a g prime. So g prime, that is very simple. So this gives us 2x. So just write the answer next to here. So we have this, and rearrange it. So we have 2x multiplied with x squared minus 4 power 3. So basically this is the answer for the part A. Okay, after we have done on the part A, so let's also get the part B. So what we have here is, okay, let's look back on the question itself. So the question is asked you, once you get the answer for the part A, that is a capital F prime, so they ask you to find the answer of f prime of 1. That is, they ask you to sub the x as 1 into the equation in the part A. So let's do it. So B, so they ask you to find f prime bracket 1. What you can do is, that is very simple. Just sub the x as 1 into the answer in the part A. So we will obtain that is 2 multiplied with 1, and it's 1 power 2 minus 4 and 3 here. Basically, it's the simple substitution that we do here. And okay, let's just see what is the answer. So in here, so we have the answer as this is 2, this is minus 3 power 3, and it's basically minus 54. Right, so that is the solution for example 1.